Welcome to the Traveling Image. I'm Tony Cece, and today I have a photograph from India. And I have a lot of personal connection with this image. Each of us have different reasons that we connect with images, and we connect with the same image in different ways based on our personal experience. And for me, this image kind of represents my children's life because my in-laws live with my wife and they have their own little house that's been converted out of a detached garage that we have on the property. And so they help raise my children when I'm at work and my wife is at work, and when I travel, they step in and they really help my wife out in watching the kids and making sure that they're taken care of. And so for me, like I said, this image kind of has I have a special bond with it. You can see here, I'll get into a couple of the technical aspects that I like about this image as well. It's got beyond a personal experience for me. There's certain aspects that I like. When I look at this image, I'm immediately drawn in to the grandmother's eyes. There's a lot of vertical lines in this image that could, be stopping points and letting your eye move through this image. But I think that this heavy beam right here above the grandmother and this dark opening in the shadows here inside the house give this part of the image a lot of visual mass. And so your eye immediately starts at the image right there. You get beyond some of these potential stopping points, and you're drawn right into her eyes, and then from her eyes around the frame, over to this post, down and back to her face. And so for me, it works in a lot of ways. We've got lines working on the thirds here and here. We've got a lot of texture. There's not a lot of color in this image. It's a lot of brown tones, but her dress has a lot of color contrast from the rest of the image in that it's still a warm tone, but it's a very bright, vibrant color, as well as the necklace here that help draw your eye to our subjects. There's also the neat mimicking, or you've got a repeating pattern in a way based on the movement and the lines of their arms, both of them, to their faces. But getting back to a little bit about what I really like about this, as you see here and the bond that I see personally with this image, right here, this little gesture of the girl putting her hand on her grandmother's shoulder. So I'm a foreigner that's come in, probably the first white person that this girl has seen. We're in the middle of nowhere. Our teams have just drilled a well for this village. We're off the main road, miles into the forest, and then we arrived at this village in the Kamam district of India. And so she's a little bit timid and she's scared. She's hiding and leaning against this post, and she's got her hand on her grandmother's shoulder. And so for me, there's a real bond here, and seeing the way that this child knows that her grandmother is a source of protection to her. It gives this image emotion. And so this little gesture here, along with her face and the way her hand is up on her cheek, really to me make this image have a good story and emotion in what it's conveying. So that's just my quick thoughts about this image. It's something I took back in 2010 in India, and just saw it when I was going through one of my drives and thought I would share it and talk about the way that I connected with this image again when I saw it for the first time in several months.